Hi, and welcome to today's reading. My name is Cassie, and I'm the reader behind MomentsAre. So today's topic is, how does he or she define the relationship, okay? We're looking to see how your person views the relationship. Are the two of you both looking at this relationship as friends? Is it more? Does this person have a crush on you? Does this person have deep feelings for you? What are those feelings, and how would they characterize a relationship with you? Okay, so we're not just talking about what they would say if you were to ask them. We're talking about what's in their heart. Okay, and exactly how they view it, and we're going real deep. So we're going to be looking at past any kind of blocks, past any kind of basically control. People try to control their behavior so that they can appear one way sometimes. We're looking at the core of your person and seeing what kind of relationship do you guys have. When it comes to maybe you might kind of consider it like when this person is asleep, or when this person is completely off guard. Their unconscious mind associates you with all of these certain ideas, okay? And we're looking at what do they think about you, and how would they define the relationship, okay? Alrighty. Kind of deep, but I mean, it's a really interesting question, I think, and one that I think would be fun to address here. So, that said, let's go ahead and point out the piles. Pile number 1 is the red butterfly. Pile number 2 is the white butterfly. Pile number 3 is the pink butterfly. Pile number 4 is the blue butterfly. Pile number 5 is the purple butterfly, and pile number 6 is the green butterfly. So while you guys are picking your piles, just want to say everything you need to know about me is going to be in the description. If those of you who are interested in purchasing a reading, I update my inventory as I become available, okay? So yes, it is limited, but it's just so that I can get to you guys as soon as possible, okay? That said, I think we are ready to begin. So those of you who have not picked your pile, go ahead and pause the video. Otherwise, we're going to start with pile 1, the red butterfly. All right, so we're looking at how your person defines the relationship. And we're starting with pile number 1. Hi, pile number 1. Those of you who picked the red butterfly. Here's your reading. So, where they're looking at your relationship, okay, they see some limitations there. The 8 of Wands. Okay, we've got the 5 of Swords. We've got Wisdom, Forgiveness, Envy, and Integrity. This is a really interesting one here. So it looks to me like there's a lot of a mental connection there. Okay, it's almost like they can sometimes see you as a rival. So this might be a person that sometimes you guys play off of each other, and you might tease one another, and then sometimes it kind of gets a little bit too far, and it might feel a little hurtful maybe, or maybe your person gets a little defensive every so often. That's when to kind of back off and all of that. But they like that, though. That's something that they enjoy. They are worried that they're falling too fast, that they're moving too quickly for this situation. So what they're going to be doing is kind of like taking it even slower instead. And then they have this kind of weird, like, love-hate relationship with you. And I'm not saying that they love you or hate you. What I'm just saying is that there's this kind of feeling they wish that they could be like you. They want to be more like you. And they might even present themselves as being more like you, even when you know that they're not that much like you. But it's like they want to be like you. They see you as a person that they want to be, and more. It's like they see you as somebody who is maybe even out of their league, or from a different kind of social class. And even if you would define the social class as lower by conventional means, whatever their attitudes and beliefs are, they feel that you have it better off for some reason. Okay, and that can be a little bit envious, and that they can be a little bit envious of that, and that's where that mental banter really, that's why they really like that, because they feel like they're on your level when you do that. So, you know, again, wisdom coming up here again, you know, but it's not just wisdom in, sorry, I have a cat here, over here. My cats like to sleep on this material. Yeah. So yeah, we're back at that kind of cerebral connection here with wisdom, but it goes farther than that. It's also on that heart level, on that intuitive level that you have. It's like you just get things. And I would imagine that most of you are either women or people who are the more, I would say, gosh, I don't know how to say it, like maybe the more emotional in the relationship, because what I'm getting here is that there's just a lot more openness to the heart of matters, which they feel like they can't quite get to unless they go through you. Okay, so that's something that's a big charm for them, is that they like to be able to feel their feelings when they're with you. Okay. And then they have this perception that there's some kind of limitation. I think that this has to do with their feelings of they don't want to take it too fast, and their idea that maybe there is a lifestyle difference that can't be overcome. That's their worry. It's not true, but that's what their worry is here. To answer the question, how does your person define the relationship? They define it as a definitely a friendship. And they're interested in you, though. They're also interested in you. They want things to move, you know, forward in that way. And one way you can really tap into that cerebral side of yourself, show them when you're feeling vulnerable. And your advice card is integrity. I'm going to go ahead and read the words on this so that those of you for whatever reason who can't read them can hear what they say. You demonstrate the truth and honesty of your soul and manifest love with your every action. So we're talking about just being who you are. There is nothing you have to change. If you feel like getting a hold of them, get a hold of them. If you don't, don't. This is also a card that I get sometimes when it's like, just keep doing what you're doing. I don't feel like you could mess this relationship up. It's like, if you even tried to mess this up, I don't even feel like you could, because this person is very glued to you. They're very interested. They're very curious. They know they have a lot to explore with you. So this is a really positive thing. It's not as intense as some relationships can get when you get into that point where the two of you are becoming more of an item, but it is definitely it's definitely a positive relationship. And those of you who are asking about your boyfriend or your husband or your girlfriend, you know, are your wife of 50 years, you know, we're talking about where the relationship is right now, okay? And I mean, in fact, if you're married, then you definitely know that relationships kind of weave in and out a little bit, and they have these kind of fluctuations. So this is coming, you know, these are the issues that are going on, and this is how they would define where you guys are in this relationship. All right? Okay. Hi, those of you who picked the white butterfly, pile number 2. Here is what they... here's how they defined the relationship. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles, okay, and the Ace of Wands. So we've got both the practicality and the passion. So that's a really great combination. It's like the way that they feel is that this is a stable relationship and one that has a lot of potential. Okay, they look at this with joy, and check this out. Joy comes up again. Mysticism. And we've got man with a heart. So I just want to, this can mean two things, and I really feel like I really feel like there's two different messages that are coming for you guys. And then we've got spontaneity as your guidance card, but we'll get to that. I really wanted to talk about this first. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles here, and you see it's full day, right? And if you are familiar with the tarot and remember what the sun looks like, it's full day then, okay? So it's like there's a lot of happiness going on, a lot of yellow, a lot of happiness, a lot of sun. You know, we've got sunflowers on this person's dress and everything. So we do have a lot of that sun energy, and it's really interesting because that sun energy is kind of like it nurtures us, and it like nurtures the physical, you know? It's like it's what Mother Earth needs to grow, right? The earthiness. But it also is something that can inflame us, just like the Ace of Wands. You know, we're talking about that passion, that kind of energy. So we've got both a practical and a passionate energy. It's interesting because it's like, it's not just you when it comes to this mystical connection, but it's like they feel more mystical when they're around you, and they see you as somebody who's very mysterious, the kind of person that knows secrets, you know, the kind of person that knows things that they don't know, and they just love seeing you. I mean, you'll see it if you want to observe this for yourself. You see this person in person a lot, okay? This person's like face will light up. It will almost be like there is literal light around this person's face, or coming from, you know, it's like very bright eyes and that kind of thing, you know, and that's just another just kind of clue for you to let you know how into you they are. We do have Joy coming up a third time. I didn't even see that. Look at that. Joy. Wow. So we have the Three of Hearts with Joy here. Oh wait, no, that was just two. Okay. I was thinking about the King of Pentacles too. But yeah, so we've got that. Obviously the heart is here, and then of course the man with the heart. There's, you know, there's another, you know, aspect that we're bringing in, this like kind of love and passionate energy. I feel though that there's some kind of limitation because of the Three of Hearts, and I just want to speak on that a little bit. Your person might not be available for whatever reason right now, but if they were, they would want to be with you. Okay, let's put it that way. Those of you who your person is available, they want to be with you. They just, people choose people who make their lives easier, not harder. And when there's this much joy involved, then, you know, we are talking about a situation where the person feels lighthearted. They feel good when they're around you. So the man holding a heart, I was talking about how this could have a dual message. And so there's like two different things, okay? And it could be both for you, okay? So I do want to make that clear too. When we have a masculine energy and the heart, we're talking about the mind and the heart, okay? We're talking about how they feel that they can connect to you both cerebrally and on the heart level. They feel that warmth, okay? And it's also just to give you a confirmation that yes, this person has romantic feelings for you, warm, compassionate feelings for you from the heart, okay? So do keep that in mind. I'm getting that this number 45 might actually mean something. I understand this guy looks like he's from the 80s and he might seem a little goofy to you, but this deck, I mean, it's called The Energy Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. It is so accurate. That's why I use it a lot. So your advice through this, like what to do with this, okay? Now you know how they define their relationship. They define it as something that brings them a lot of happiness. They want more with you. They do want to be practical, of course, but they want more with you. I mean, they're taken with you. They're smitten. That's what I would say. They're just totally smitten with you. Your advice is spontaneity. Move beyond the constraints of the mind and freely and lovingly embrace new situations. And I mean, that's really all this relationship really needs. You know, the mysticism here. You know that, and you know, we've also got the mystery. That is. built upon when we bring new things into the relationship with anybody that we're friends with, or that we have a relationship with of any kind. When we bring new things into the relationship, we are more interesting. The person can get excited about what we're excited about. I'm sure you've had the experience before where somebody is talking about something they really, really are into, and it's like you get excited because they're so excited about it too. It's like contagious, it's catching. That's the kind of, you have that dynamic with this person. And so if you want to talk about the book you just read, the movie you just watched, what you did the other day with a group of people, whatever it is, whatever new thing has been going on in your life, that's what this relationship needs, to just keep building more and more glue between the two of you. This person's not going anywhere, though. You're very secure in this situation. And that's this King of Pentacles energy here. Pentacles, it represents earth, for those of you who don't know, and of course the wands represents fire, so that earthy feeling, the material world, where practicality is, have your feet on the ground, not having your head in the clouds. This person wants to be seen this way. They want to be seen as somebody who's got it together, basically. It's really important to them too. They don't want to appear like they have any weaknesses, or they give in to their they give into their whims, but behind that they've got all of this passion too. And I think that that. I think that you can feel that. It could, because I know that I'm just talking to a big group of people, okay? And of course this is a general reading, but I do feel like this person couldn't possibly be this happy and have you not know that they have something behind their facade, or something behind their the way they present themselves that's a little bit more for you. It reminds me of a song called Secret Smile. I think it's by, I don't want to say the wrong band, but the lyrics are, nobody knows it, but you have a secret smile, and you use it only for me. That's how it starts. Anyway, it reminds me of that song. All right, guys. So you're good. Your person defines relationship as a really, really great thing that they would be more romantic with if they could. Okay, and they will be if they can. Right. Hi, pile number 3. Those of you who picked the pink butterfly, here's your reading. Okay, so we have balance. We have the 7 of Cups, Temperance. Okay, Temperance and balance are very similar. We have facade, we have instinct, we have the past, and we have anxiety. Okay, so one thing that I get from this right at the very beginning is this kind of sense of conflict. I just had this like really deep feeling of connection with this reading. This kind of hit me. It's like I really want to describe that for you guys. I apologize. Sometimes it just happens out of nowhere, and I can't explain why, but it just, I feel really connected to this reading. Yeah, it's like this person wants so badly to make things work that it's almost like they're trying too hard. And it's causing them just so much stress. And it's like this is actually a great spread for people who overthink, okay? So your person cares a lot about you. And why am I saying that? Look at these cards. How could you know that? It's because we don't get anxious about things we don't care about. When we're running late and we're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be late, it's because we care. We want to be the kind of person who's on time and reliable. Okay? When we get anxious about, oh, I can't sleep, I can't sleep right now, and all this anxiety is keeping me awake, it's because we care about sleeping. We want to be healthy. We want to be able to be functional. And this person is feeling so much anxiety about you because it's like they cannot stop thinking about you. I feel like there's something that has gone on that just needs to be resolved between the two of you. And it might not even be something that was between you and this person, okay? It might just be something that happened in this person's past, and you just have to be aware that that needs to be healed, you know, or they're going through a process of healing. And this is more directional when we talk about balance, you know, and we talk about temperance. We're talking about, you know, that's where this is going. All of this anxiety, you know, maybe they're way up high right here. They're going to get back to where they're in a good place after they just, basically, they're going to just tire themselves out. Think about how a small child has all of this energy. It's ridiculous. And then come nap time, it's like they are out so quickly. And it's really amazing. Those of you who know what I'm talking about definitely get it. For those of you who don't, it's just basically when you work yourself so hard, you just do so many things. Sometimes I do this when I'm on vacation. I just want to see a whole lot of things all at once, you know, and I just overbook myself, basically. It's like you do so much that you finally calm down and you're able to reach a balance, a sense of balance. That's what they're going through the process right now. They're trying to figure out what this relationship means, and I hate that I can't give you a definite answer here. But they're just in this place of they're picking and choosing. Is this a good relationship or a bad relationship? But you know what's behind this again is they care. They care so much. And people who care, they don't tend to walk away from something. Somebody who has this much anxiety about the situation, they're going to stick around because they need to resolve that. It's a human need to resolve. And I want to be very clear. It's not fear. They're not afraid of you. They're just overthinking it. And some of you guys, I also feel like really understand this because that's kind of what you do too. Not all of you, but some of you guys will get that. So try to balance out this anxiety with being calm around your person. Approaching them in very calm ways. By this, I mean not being accusatory, not coming at them with high energy, you know, kind of coming at them as really, really like more lower energy. I don't mean that you have to come at them like you just got out of bed and you don't have any coffee and, you know, and all of that kind of stuff. But I mean, just come at them in a place where you're really open and receptive rather than like, oh my God, I did this and then I did that and then I did this. And, you know, it's just, you know, they just kind of need to take it easy right now and figure themselves out. Right now, though, they do know that they aren't being who they truly are with you right now. So if you're feeling like your person's just kind of putting on a front maybe, or isn't fully revealing how they're feeling, it's because it's not because they don't know how they feel, but it's because they haven't figured it out. And it's like, that can be so hard, that can be so difficult for some people to get, especially those of us who are really in tune with our emotions, right? I have to tell you, I'm this person, okay? I'm this person, and I can tell you absolutely, it takes me a long time to figure out what I'm feeling about someone, especially in a relationship. Now, I can eat ice cream and know exactly how I feel about it, right? But when it comes to interpersonal, connections and relationships, it's a lot harder for me to feel out a situation and figure out where this person fits in my life, how I feel about them, and all of that. But once it does, it just clicks, and it finally, and when it comes together, it's like I'm all in. And I really feel like that's kind of the energy of your person, you know. Once this clicks for your person, it'll be very balanced. It'll feel like they're willing to put in some effort here. What they need to do is get more in touch with their instinct, okay? And the instinct is that thing that it's like no matter how much you think about it, it's that thing you always come back to that's all like, but I know this could work, or, but I know this is the right thing to do, or, you know, it's like you might tell yourself, well, society says it's wrong, you know, I'm just pretending, okay? Society says it's wrong. I was raised to think that this is wrong, but I just feel like this is the right thing to do, you know? I see a lot of people go through this when it's about whether or not to go to college, because a lot of people value college and know that it's a gift for them to be able to go to college, to go to university and get that higher education, right? But sometimes they just feel like, oh no, it's just not for me. And it can be very difficult for that person. And it feels like the same thing, only in the heart space with your person. And my goodness, you know, I really wanted to answer this question for you, but how does your person define the relationship? They're trying to right now. They're stuck though. They're stuck, and I mean that in a good way. They're stuck on you. They wanna be around you. They wanna figure this out, and they will balance out. They just have to figure out how to follow their instinct. And so this is your this right here is your guidance card for this reading. And we're talking about the past. Through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So you might want to just talk to them about ways that you have gone past areas in your life where you've been stuck. And what it'll do is it'll put you in the same energy as they are. Just be like, gosh, I was just thinking the other day about how I had to make a decision, and it was a really important decision. I'm really glad that I chose this over this, and here's how I came up with that idea, you know, and just tell them about a time where you had to make a choice, and they will start feeling more and more connected to you, because they get that energy, because that's where they're in right now. And you will probably also start feeling more connected to them, because you know, you guys are sharing that energy with one another. So yeah, do that. If you can, try to bring up instances where you've followed your instinct and maybe against reason, even, you know, and where it turned out good. And just know that this person's going to sit with this until they figure it out. And where they are, you know, they're going to the point where they want to, you know, be with you in some way. It's really, really difficult to say that this person doesn't have romantic feelings for you, because I don't see a situation where romantic feelings wouldn't be present with how much anxiety they're facing. The past card, I also want to let you guys know, could be a clue in that your person has some kind of past issues too, okay? Because when it comes to this kind of energy too, we get stuck sometimes when we're remembering a time where we were hurt, or a time where we maybe made one decision, wish we made a different one, or whatever that is. And sometimes we forget that what we're feeling, and this is important for everybody to know. Everybody who's watching this, sometimes we forget that memory isn't actually what's going on, that memory is just being associated with whatever's going on, okay? And so that's the dynamic there for your person, some of you. But yeah, just a lot of anxiety, wants to balance it out, can't really figure out what's going on. They just know they're stuck. You know, they want to be there. Yeah, they're not going anywhere. You don't have to worry about that. Alrighty. Hi, those of you who picked the blue butterfly pile number 4, here is your reading. Okay, so we have creation. We have the 6 of Pentacles, and we have the 7. Oh goodness, okay. We've got the 7 of Wands. We've got impatience, empath, the temple path, and then look at this, peacefulness is your guidance card. So I think that's really interesting that we've got impatience and peace right there. Your person's not either they're not communicating with you, or they're not doing a very good job of communicating what's in their mind. And I think it's because they don't know what to do right now, and because they don't know what to do, they don't want to misinform you. It's kind of like that. The truth of this is they like it to be balanced between the two of you, but sometimes you will you kind of edge into their thoughts and their mind and their passions to the point where they get a little defensive. And it's weird because it's not a mental defensiveness. It's not like, oh, you hurt my feelings and now I'm feeling defensive because I think that maybe you should apologize for that or something like that. It's like, they'll be around you and they'll start feeling attraction and maybe even some of the physical stuff there. And then that puts them on the defense because it's like, maybe there's something about this that's a little forbidden, or maybe there's something about this that is, for some reason they feel like there's something about this that is a little bit wrong. I think that one part of this is that they really want to make sure that they're moving slow and they're taking their time. Whereas inside of them it feels like this. They're just all stirred up and they really want to get started. So what's going on is that when this is talking about impatience, okay, so how does he or she define the relationship? What would they say? They would say that they want it to be more balanced, but they feel like they feel a little bit more for you than you do for them, and they're not certain what to do with that. They don't know if they don't know what you feel. They don't know where they stand with you. And that might be something that's a little bit difficult for you to understand, because I know that sometimes, at least for me, I feel like I'm being very clear sometimes, and my entire words are taken completely different, and I really feel that this impasse can be taken away if you were to just bring some peace to the situation. Because I think about the temple path as being a place for peace, a place where you can, like, for contemplation and that kind of stuff, and just bring in that very calm, patient energy, and let them know that you're willing to move slower if you want, and just, this person does not need a whole lot in order to make their decision on which way to go. They just need something like for you to smile at them. And like, yes, even if you're over like using messenger or text messaging, just using like a smiley emoji, it's like that kind of stuff. It's just they need some more positive reinforcement from you. For some of you, this is going to make sense in a little bit of a different way. It's not like totally upside down, but it's almost like we take this and we turn it to the side a little bit, okay? And that is that maybe the two of you, you want to be stable, but you guys have been having some conflict, and they don't know what to do, and what needs to happen for you guys, those of you who that applies to, is that they need to feel safe. They need to go to a place, whether it's metaphorical or literal. They need to go to a place where they feel safe. They can calm down and contemplate, and they will come straight back. Okay, because this person definitely cares about you. There's no. I mean, yeah, this person cares about you. If you are, though, in a toxic situation, because we have the defensiveness paired with the impatience, and that's why I say that. If you are in a toxic relationship, just kind of try to redefine where your boundaries are and see, is this really worth it? But I don't feel like that applies to very many of you at all. No, I just don't feel like that applies. I think this is not like all out, just fists out and angry like that. I feel like it's more like there's a struggle there, and the struggle can be within too, okay? How you deal with this is through peacefulness. You recognize that balance, kindness, and love brings calmness, okay, to their soul. So, yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you need. But let's go back to the question. How does he or she define the relationship? They define the relationship as a little bit up and down, but the ups are worth it. And if it can just be balanced for a long enough time where they feel like they don't have to, worry about, they're worried that you might be upset with them sometimes too. They worry that you might be upset that they have those kinds of feelings for you too. This is kind of a complicated situation here, but the positive thing is that this person does have feelings there, beyond friendship. They just need for things to be calmer. They just need for things to calm down, and by that, and by giving them some signals that let them know where you stand, they'll know where they stand. All right, guys? Okay. Hi, those of you who picked the purple pile number 5, here is your reading. Okay, so we have the Emperor, the Magician, the 10 of Coins, the 10 of Pentacles, Passion, Bittersweet, Adjacent Possibilities, and Commitment. Okay, so you're right now at a place with this person that either a new cycle is beginning, or you're able to really create something really meaningful with this person. I mean, this person wants to be a co-creator with you. They want to bring something together. I just want to say, because we have this masculine energy and the coins here, that this person might be somebody you work with, or somebody who you might have a similar career or profession or interests that have to do with that kind of stuff. So like if you're still in school, maybe you both, maybe you're both in the same class, or maybe you both are in the same like club or something like that. If you are further along in your path, and you might have the same kinds of ideas of what kind of career to have or something like that, or you might literally work together. But there's something that the two of you can create that makes this a really, really strong relationship. I mean, you guys are going to be in each other's lives, basically. I mean, that's just not, it's not going to not happen. You guys are going to be in each other's lives. It's interesting because there's this passion here, but it's making them feel a little bit out of control. When they start feeling a whole lot, even though it is on the romantic side, they feel a little out of control. Something probably happened between the two of you recently that was kind of bittersweet. It's almost like, I feel like maybe there was a falling out, or maybe there was some kind of instant where it's like something almost happened, and it could have made or broken your relationship. But somehow you guys were able to get past it by getting creative, okay? And it's like, they like that you keep opening doors for them. And when they run out of doors, you open windows. It's like you come up, you're very innovative, and they like that about you. Again, this really masculine energy, they might have issues, they might actually have issues with their fathers. And let me tell you why I really feel that. And this could just be a symbol for what I'm thinking. A lot of people have grown up with a father that wasn't present. This can be either not present emotionally, or a father who literally wasn't around. Okay, not everybody has, obviously, and I mean, this is going to vary from person to person. But I feel like this person feels like they were abandoned by reason, if that makes sense. It's like, maybe they grew up around a lot of chaos. Maybe they recently just kind of lost it. Maybe they're having some kind of mental issues going on right now, and they're, but it's like they lost their reason, or they lost what represents the father to them. They lost, maybe for some people, like for me, my dad passed away in 2015, and it's like, and seeing this card, if I was reading for myself, it would be like, oh yeah, when I lost my father, I had to build up my own reasonings, you know. I had to figure out how to take care of myself, you know. And I feel like that's what this person's trying to do. And I can't help but feel like I'm kind of rambling too. But it's almost like they broke with their reasoning abilities, and or they literally felt abandoned by reason, and they are trying, and that was bittersweet for them, and they're trying to get back to where they were. And here's the bottom line. What you need to know about this person: they are committed to this relationship. They will do anything that it takes to make sure this works. Yeah, they dedicate themselves to their beliefs wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of their very being. They care about you. This might not be a romantic relationship. There is some passion there, yes. This might not be a romantic relationship, but this person cares about you, and I feel like this person loves you very much. They might not have gotten to the point where they see a way that a romantic relationship can form, but there is that stuff in the background here. It's kind of sitting here like not really recognized, or this person's a little bit on guard because they're feeling this kind of passion here, and they don't want to overstep boundaries, that kind of thing. Okay, they are using their minds right now a little bit more than their hearts, but that's only because they're trying to. Again, this kind of abandonedness of reasoning. Gosh, I hope that makes sense. It's like that has kind of spooked them, and they want to be able to get back to a point where they are really in this place where they're able to just ground themselves in reality. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they're literally talking about that, because we do have the Ten of Pentacles, which is the ultimate grounding in reality card, right? But you guys have a lot. I mean, you guys have a long road ahead of you. You guys might be friends right now, maybe moving a little bit more towards romance, but you guys aren't. I mean, this person is committed to you. I don't feel like you're going to ever not have this person in your life, okay? And I just got to say, you know, something about this kind of real steady, this really steady kind of slow, this is like a slow burn passion, not a fast burn. I feel like this really reminds me of my relationship with my partner, Greg. It's like everything has been very smooth, but it's very stable. In fact, some people might say it's not very impassioned, but he's a very stabilizing force in my life. But yeah, the commitment is there, definitely. I don't feel like you're ever going to be without this person in your life, or without this person very close. So this is a very, very, very special connection, and it could definitely turn into more. It's just like the situation has to be as the situation has to make sense for it to work that way. All right, hi, those of you who picked the green butterfly, pile number 6. So this person's very hopeful about a future for you. They're feeling really impassioned here. Perceptive, this is a miracle to them. Blossoming abundance, and humility. Okay, so this is your advice card, humility, and I'll get to that, but I want to go through these cards first, okay? This person definitely, you know, if you're wondering, do they know that I like them or not? This person has the feeling that you like them, and you will find that they're very perceptive of you, yes, but it's like, but they're just a perceptive person too. It's not just you. Now, don't feel like that's not personal, because there is a level of this that is personal about this, and that is they watch you. They're really observing you, and they're trying to figure out how to make their next move. This person might be a little bit prone to dramatics every so often. And I mean, that's basically all I can really say about the King of Wands and the Four of Wands, is they might be prone to being kind of dramatic and kind of over the top with how they express themselves. But this person gets it. They get what's between you, and they feel like there's something very, very, it's very big You know, we've got the Miracle card. I mean, that's a huge card. It's very empowering. And we have the Star, which is, we're talking about hope. They're willing to be vulnerable with you, and they're also willing to look to you for guidance. That's probably why they're looking. You know, they're watching you so much. They're kind of expecting you to maybe take the lead. I would just say, you know, smile at them a little bit. You know, I mean, they don't need much, but they just need a clue that they're in good with you, basically. Okay, they just need to know that. You're digging them, basically, okay? And then this blossoming, they live a lot in their heads, and when they're thinking about, you know, any future with you, it's like they see it all. They see how everything can come together just perfectly. They see a future with you. They want it to be romantic, but it's just like, you know, the thing that gives me pause is that this person is very, you know, they might be very dramatic. They might be prone to kind of daydreaming and that kind of stuff, and everything. But sometimes this can lead to inaction, and because the person's so caught up with the daydream, with what's in their head, that they don't actually take action. Just make sure that you're giving them signals, letting them know that you are available, and that, you know, if that's the way you want this relationship to go, because they're into you. They just want to know if you're into them. One thing that they find very attractive about you is your humility, and that is where it's like you know what you do well, but you don't flaunt it, you know? And they probably really like this, because they're one to kind of, you know, say things like, look what I did, you know, I'm so good, look at this, I can do this, you know? And it's like, they like that you can do so many cool things, but you're very quiet about it, and you only let certain people know that. And they find that just fascinating. You know, they just find it fascinating that anybody would want to be more quiet about their talents. But they really, I mean, they really, really admire you. This will just completely materialize and go into the romantic domain if you just give them some kind of signal that you're interested, and then just leave it there. Just give them the signal and leave it there, and then let them pounce on it, because they will. How do they define the relationship? They define the relationship as something that they want to have happen. They see you as somebody that could be everything to them, okay? So they would define it as, this is a potential, this is potentially it for me, you know? They see the potential. So this is great. That's really amazing. All right, guys? Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you liked this, go ahead and click like down there, just so I know that I'm doing a good job. You know, I love the feedback. Leave a comment. I do post these very often, so go ahead and subscribe, and you'll get more of these pick-a-card readings. And just know that I really appreciate each and every one of you. You guys have really helped me grow my channel, and I'm just so thankful for it. I think it's really cool and really neat that we're able to connect. And those of you who are interested in readings, you know, all you have to do is look at the description there, and you should be able to find what you're looking for. I'll see you at the next reading.